Okay, in this video we are talking about combining like terms. Remember, from previous years I've told you like terms have to have the same variable, and the same exponent or power. So x's cannot be combined with x squareds. All right, so let's look at the first one. We've been able to combine just numbers our entire life. So if it's just a number, you take that sign in front, and then that would help us be able to combine them. -5 plus 1 is a -4, and then we have this +7, which gives us 3. So all of those numbers combined will give us a +3. Now, when we combine our x's, you'll notice that I have a -6x minus 3. So that's going to give me a bigger negative, and I will have -9x. Don't lose that variable, and you shouldn't change it. We're just combining them. This guy, he didn't have anybody to combine with, but we don't want to leave him behind. So we need to make sure that we have him in the answer as well. After everything is combined, our simplified expression, remember this isn't an equation, we don't have an equal to sign, we're not trying to solve anything, we are just combining like terms, is going to be 3 minus 9x plus 6y. When everything that we can combine is combined, this is the answer we get. Now, on the next one, my numbers, just my numbers, are a -4 and a +6. When I combine those, -4 plus 6, I have 2 positives. So that's going to be in my answer. Now, when I look at my my y's, I only have this y. Because I see that there isn't anything that it's going to combine with, I'm going to go ahead and drop it down here. And I know that that's going to be in my answer as well. Now, when I look at my +2x and my -2x, +2 minus 2 will give us nothing. It gives us 0. So we actually won't, if we added 0x, it wouldn't matter what x was. Anything times 0 is 0, and so we don't need it. So if ever it goes away, it's okay to not be in there. Otherwise, you need to show all of your terms. Sorry. On this one has to do with squareds. So -10x squared plus 9y plus 5x minus 2y squared. I have an x squared and an x. I cannot combine them. I have a y and a y squared. They are not like terms. It has to be an x and an x, a y and a y, numbers with numbers. Those are the only things that will combine. You can't combine x squareds and x's. They have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So this one will not reduce any further, and that would stay your answer. We've talked about distributing yesterday, I think. So here we'll distribute and then we'll combine. So a 5 times 3 is 15. A negative times a positive is a negative. I can't lose my variable. 5 times 1 is 5. A negative times a positive is a negative. After I've distributed it through, I just drop down what's with it. So plus 10u. At this point, I need to combine my like terms. So I see that I have -15u here and a +10u there. I have 5 more -u's. If that doesn't make sense to you, you can actually type it in your calculator exactly like you see it. -15 plus 10. It will give you a -5. So we have a -5u. You can't just lose this guy right here, so we need to bring him in our answer as well. All right? This one I'll show you the distributing first, but in parentheses, if ever you can combine, you're more than welcome to. It'll make it so that you don't have to distribute as much. So if I'm looking at this and I see a negative, really I have a -1 minus 9b, well, a -1 minus 9 actually gives me a -10b. Minus 10, now that's still in parentheses. I just combined what was in my parentheses. Totally okay, and it follows order of operations, okay? So I still have this. I'm going to distribute my 3 through my parentheses now. 3 times 10 is 30. Positive times a negative is a negative. Let's not lose our variable. Same thing here. 3 times a -10 is a -30. Eventually, hopefully you guys will be able to do that a little bit quicker, but that's the basic of it, okay? Now we drop down this -10b and we combine our like terms. We have -30b minus 10b, and we bring them together for a total of -40b minus 30. I want to draw attention to the fact that don't do the opposite when you are combining these, because you are not taking anything. So you're not taking a -5 to this side of an equal sign. If ever you switch sides of an equal sign, that's when you do the opposite. Because we don't have an equal sign and we're just combining like terms, we do the sign that it tells us to do. So -30 minus 10. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, you're welcome to bring them tomorrow.